This is Richard at the Coast Guard Cultural Centre in Lovelane, Tramore, County Waterford, with astrologer Stan Phillips, who will be giving a course on numerology here shortly. Stan, great to have you back. As you know, we're big fans. Delighted to see you again. Can you tell us a little bit about numerology, please?
Yeah, it's lovely to be here. It's also lovely that this place is called Love Lane. I think just being Love Lane just adds a whole new dimension to the whole thing. Numerology, then, is a science, I suppose, and a philosophy of life that goes back thousands of years, really, to the dawn of history.
Right.
The various systems that were in operation 3,000 years ago, possibly more, were all codified by Pythagoras, the very clever ancient Greek person.
Yes.
And he took all the numbers and created a pattern. And all of us have numbers in our life. Everything is numbers.
Yes.
The date of birth that tells me one thing, the name that tells me something else, and from those, from the numbers, we can get an impression of who somebody is, who they need to be.
Right.
How the world sees them.
Right.
And quite often how we see ourselves. I know when people look at me, they see a particular image of a man who knows what he's doing,
Yes.
who's sort of out there leading and being managerial and what have you. That's not me. That's the image that the world has of me.
Right.
The real me is something very different. The real me can often be lazy and shy, although this doesn't necessarily always come across. But people have perceptions of us,
Right.
and they change according to the numbers. And if somebody then gives me their birthday,
Right.
their date of birth, I can talk for an hour.
Okay. Great.
Who are you?
Stan.
Where are you? Where are you going?
Right.
And
You said something very interesting there just a few seconds ago, who they need to be. So does everybody have a corresponding number that will somehow guide them or direct them to where they need to be, to who they need to be?
yes,
That's what numerology is, basically. Am I correct? It's a guide.
it's a guide
Okay.
for life.
Right.
There are no rules in life, you see. We're born into this world, and there are no rules. We just are. We're all created sort of out of love, out of passion, out of whatever, and we emerge bright-eyed and bushy-tailed into this world. And there are no rules. We make those rules up as we go along.
Sure.
And we need answers. We need to know, are we doing the right thing?
Of course.
Is this decision going to be right?
Okay.
Is this the right moment to make them? And through numerology, you can get a pretty good idea of what the year ahead will bring you.
So this is almost a predestined, codified system that we can somehow log into, and then it gives us information that we need about ourselves.
That's right. There is no predestiny.
Okay.
There just is life.
Okay.
And life really is just a sequence of events.
Right.
And it's how we respond to those events that
Right.
tell us whether it's right or wrong. But the thing about numbers, you see, is, for example, my life path
Yes.
is a number 4. And that life path is based on my date of birth. So the number 4, if I operate right as a number 4, is somebody who is organised, who deals with unfinished business, who gets rid of anything that's legal and official,
Right.
gets it all out of the way and lives life on a level playing field. And then when that level playing field is achieved, then the new challenges I need can be gone for.
Okay.
But if I do it wrong, I can be either over the top or down. And if I'm
Okay.
over the top, I could tend to be very picky, very argumentative.
Okay.
I can be very judgmental.
Okay.
Equally, if I'm under par, I can be very lackadaisical and
Right.
leave everything till the last minute and be constantly in a state of panic because I've just let everything drift. So there are those three levels that all of us possess.
So following this guide, it really brings us to the middle path almost, is that right? The middle way, where we're neither one extreme nor the other, but we are where we're supposed to be.
That's right, to find balance in a very unbalanced and chaotic world, and to find it within ourselves.
Okay.
And by doing this course in a couple of weeks' time, no, next week, isn't it?
Next Monday evening,
Monday
yes.
the 13th.
Correct, at 8
by
o'clock.
doing this, I think I'm working toward my own redundancy, because I teach people, if I teach people some of this, it will help them as they go through life to make judgments about situations that exist. Should I go for this job? Is this the right time to go for it?
Right.
Is this the right person to fall in love with? Balancing compatibilities and situations.
Okay.
It will give them that idea. But of course I won't teach them how to use it.
Of course.
Because that's something that lies within me. I will teach them the rudiments, and then they will take it away.
Right.
And work out how they can operate it, how they can make it work in their own lives.
Great. Stan, that's wonderful.
There's something called clairvoyance, you see, that we all have in different degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you meet a person, that's another thing about numbers, when you meet a person from the numbers of them, do they remind you of somebody else? Do they share a birthday with Great Uncle Arthur? And if they do, there will be a connection. And interestingly enough, a date of birth can also distinguish something. Like if you're born on the 14th of February, you're
yes.
quite likely to be a romantic.
Right.
Valentine's Day. If you're born on the 1st of April, people take you for a fool. You know, it will happen. People who are born on Halloween could tend to be explosive.
Right.
You know, it really does affect you.
Wow. Well, Stan, thank you very much. Really, I'm inspired listening. I'm really looking forward to attending your course here next Monday evening. You have a website also, is that correct? Could you tell us what that address is? That's
readingsforlife.com.
Readingsforlife.com. Because Stan, you're not only an astrologer, you're also a clairvoyant.
I'm a clairvoyant, I'm a palmist, I'm a psychotherapist, I'm a hypnotherapist, I'm a writer.
Yes.
All these things.
A lot of strings to your bow.
A lot of strings to my bow, so sometimes too many strings, but it's fine. It keeps me out of mischief, and it keeps me working with this sort of fairly advanced time in my life. It keeps me happy as well. It keeps me alive and young.
Well, it's keeping us happy as well, Stan. Thank you for your time this afternoon, and we will see you next Monday evening. Bring it on, as they say.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.